Welcome to Woods and Water Outdoors. I'm Patrick Corcoran. Today I wanted to talk about subtle differences in your jig tying and how that can make a difference, produce 10-20% more bites on any given day. This past weekend we took a yearly trip that we take to a lake down in north central Texas called Lake Leon near Eastland. And there's a public dock down there that I started fishing when I was in college, and a bunch of my friends and a couple family members, got to know each other through fishing together. And, now we like to get back together and meet down there once a year and, catch up and catch fish. So, of course, public docks have quite a bit of fishing pressure and, competition to catch fish. And, we have gotten to the point where we bring our boats down too so we can get out on the water and get away from the busyness. But one of the things this year on this dock, a color that I've already done a video on called B52, has been a pretty good bait on this dock, and traditionally done with a pink head. This year they wouldn't touch one with a pink head. They'd only hit it if it had a black head. That was on the dock. Out in the main body of the lake, they hit it with a pink head. Whether that was because of shade, because of the dock, myriad of factors that go into that possibility. But they were not going to touch it with a pink head for whatever reason. So I think I mentioned in the previous video that we like to tie this with a black head for a lake south of Fort Worth, where they won't touch it with a pink head either. So, but they will hit it with a black head. Another subtle difference that we made on this jig during the process of the trip, we changed the belly color in it. The original B52 has a white with a blue back. And so today I'm going to tie the variation where we put a pink belly into the B52 with a pink feather in the tail. And so having that variation on your jigs can make the difference in that next one or two bites. There's several colors, like adding a white belly into a chartreuse jig. Obviously making electric chicken that way these are all pretty common things to do. This year really kind of highlighted some place that I need to go with some of my baits. And so I'm going to have some variation on my shad patterns where we put in chartreuse bellies or pink bellies. We did do that with a couple of our shad patterns using smoked chenille with pink belly, but left the tail alone. We didn't add any pink into the tail, and got some extra bites with that presentation as well. And so show you real quick how we made these adjustments and what we did. So we have a 1/8 ounce blackhead on a number 4 sickle hook. I'm going to be using here a 210 fluorescent blue thread. So in our tail feather, we're using B52 neck hackle, which you'll notice here in just a second that this neck hackle, this color matches the fluorescent blue Antron chenille to a T. Oh, my crystal flash fell off the table. Then next we're going to add in smoked blue crystal flash. I think you could use a pearl here as well. We have blue pearl flashaboo, but originally when I started tying this jig I used smoked blue crystal flash, which gives that little pearlish holographic look to it in between the feather colors. Next, we're going to add in a Bubblegum, which for me, a Bubblegum is a lighter fluorescent pink. Into the belly. And then we're just going to simply add a little pearl flashaboo after that feather right there to give that pink feather a little pearlish look. Okay, so one of the things about combining blue and pink, you get a purple tone. So that's something to consider. Now, normally when I use the Antron with my other chenilles, regular rayon and things like that, I do not normally strip off. But Antron's a little bit thicker in the tie process, doesn't lay down quite as well. So you can strip that back. And you don't have to do that. If you don't, you're gonna get a real nice big old heavy shad belly. So that's okay. That's the neat thing about tying these jigs this way. Okay, so we're using a what they call a hot Flo Pink, which when you think of hot Flo Pink and anything else, it's almost a cerise or something like that. It's really a deeper shade of pink. But for whatever reason in this Antron, hot Flo Pink is more like a bubblegum. You can see how that matches our tail quite well. So I know this is a popular color around the Houston area. Now that I'm thinking about it, I've seen SK tie this jig up before. Didn't really dawn on it. So there you go. But that's creating a subtle difference in a jig pattern that you commonly catch fish with. And then they turn off on it. It may be the head color, it may be the belly color, but whatever, to keep that bite continuing to go. It's just another one of those. If you have a very favorite thing that you like to fish, or a color that you know is really good on a certain body of water, just having a couple in your box with a little subtle difference, whether it be a head color or whether it be a different belly and with the same upper of the torso of the bait, make those. Tying this jig with chartreuse. And so Antron makes a really nice belly. You can see how that gives it that round shape. I like using Antron in bellies. And I just single it. If you've seen any of the other videos, I'll take 2 strips of rayon or nylon to create a wider belly on there. But rayon or Antron does a little better job on just one strand. 2's a little too much. But this is our B52 with pink belly and a little bit of a variation on a bait that we like to fish that produced us a few more bites this weekend when fishing in the public area on the dock was hard, and out in the main body of the lake it was a lot different. So hope you enjoyed, and good luck trying this out on your variation of baits. Look forward to seeing you next time.